Tom Emmer. Welcome, Mr. Whip. Thank you for joining us. No sooner had the Senate bill passed than some members of the House declare the Senate bill dead. So how does this get done?
It gets done the way everything else gets done, Trey, and it's great to be with you. It's going to be hard work, no question. You got 220-some members, all with different perspectives on this thing. They've said we couldn't get other things done, like the budget resolution and the continuing resolution through the end of September, Trey. We get them done. Failure's not an option. The markets, I think, will be watching very closely this week. Very important that we get this team together and get this across the goal line.
All right. Well, the budget chair on the Senate side is Lindsey Graham. He is not a hard guy to work with. If the Freedom Caucus or the people that consider themselves to be fiscal hawks won't support the Senate bill, well, what makes them think the Senate will support their bill? Because at that point we're at stalemate, and you've already said failure is not an option. It will doom the country and doom the midterm. So somebody's going to have to relent.
Well, look, Mike Johnson and John Thune have made this call. We're going to execute it. And it doesn't matter what your feelings are, whether you're in the Senate or the House. At the end of the day, this is the next step towards enacting Donald J. Trump's agenda. And Trey, Donald Trump won the election. He got 77 million votes. The House collectively got 74.8. So there's 2 million voters out there that we want to attract to our candidates, but the only way you do that is by enacting the agenda that they voted for, and that's what this is all about. That, Trey and I will add, this is just a step to getting to the table. All you got to do is have a joint agreement from the House and the Senate on the resolution. We passed the resolution that came back with their amended language. We do that this week, and then we get to the business of actually writing the bill that will lay out Trump's agenda and reconciliation, and we stay on track to have it done in May.
All right. I don't know a Republican who likes trillion-dollar debt, but there are differences on the speed with which we bring matters into balance. So doing it more quickly means more cuts and perhaps more political consequences. So from your standpoint, what's the right balance between fiscal responsibility in the short and long term and avoiding political suicide? Because some of the ideas I hear would make us a minority party for the remainder of our lives.
Well, look, we've got part of our conference that believes the numbers that are in the House resolution are the floor, and we're going to dial up more savings from those numbers. We've got another group, Trey, who believes that's the ceiling, and we're probably going to dial it down. Do I know what it is? No. Our entire conference, the self-proclaimed budget hawks, great, but everybody in our conference is a fiscal conservative. And the difference is, how far can we go to send the strongest message possible to the debt markets that we are serious about balancing our budget and paying off our debt in the years to come? That's got to be the goal, and then you'll win in the midterms, Trey. If you don't do this, like you say, you're at risk. You win in the midterms, and you can continue the job for the last 2 years of the Trump agenda. So we got to get people to get their minds around that. You can't get everything that you want today, but you got to get enough that it sends a strong message to the debt markets and the world that we're serious.
Well, I'm going to do something I'm not known for, Whip, which is end on a happy note. I think people are amazed at what you and Mike Johnson and others have been able to do with a historically narrow margin. I mean, the fact that we are discussing this right now, I wasn't sure we were going to survive the speaker vote. But y'all have made incredible progress despite a very narrow margin.
Wow. I appreciate that happy note. Just remember, as the water in the watering hole recedes, Trey, the animals tend to look at each other differently. So the fact that we have so few members, we've got a majority. That's all that matters. Our job is to respect every one of them and the voice that they bring to Congress from the people who elected them and make sure they can do what they need to do to answer to the people at home. We do that. We've been successful. We'll be successful again.
They're lucky to have you on the leadership team, Mr. Whip. Thank you for joining us on a Sunday night.
Thank you, Trey.